wondered who inspired Nancy Drew's classic look? To answer that, we need to talk about the illustrious artists who have brought Nancy to life over the years. Welcome to Nancy Drew University, where we're hosting a weekly study sesh focusing on different topics from Nancy Drew history. This week's topic is Nancy Drew Illustrators.
Russell Tandy, who worked in fashion advertising before coming to work for his friend Edward Stratemeyer, was the first to draw Nancy. Tandy illustrated the covers for books 1 through 10 and 12 through 26. The artist of the original cover of book 11 is unknown, but you'll have to listen to our podcast episode to learn more about our theories.
Tandy's original inspiration for Nancy may have been a fashion figurine that was becoming popular around this time. Sometime later, he began using model Grace Horton as his reference for the Girl Sleuth. Unfortunately, few pieces of Tandy's original work still exist because a fire destroyed his home in Sarasota, Florida a year after his death. Stay tuned for part 2 to hear about the next artist in the series.
Welcome back to Nancy Drew University and part 2 of Nancy Drew Illustrators. Make sure to go back and check out part 1 and our other videos for more Nancy Drew history. The second artist to illustrate the Nancy Drew book covers was Bill Gillies, who illustrated numbers 27 through 29. He was also asked to redo the covers of the first 11 books in order to modernize Nancy. Book number 10, Password to Larkspur was never reprinted with a Gillies cover, but some believe that he may have done one that was ultimately rejected by Gross and Dunlap for concerns over Nancy's skirt length.
Gillies, who also did covers for other syndicate titles around this time, is said to have based Nancy off his wife, Mary Agnes.
The last artist of the original 56 mystery stories had a total of 74 Nancy Drew and 64 Hardy Boys covers to his name. Rudy Nappy served in World War II and then attended art school before coming to work for the syndicate. He illustrated covers 30 through 56 and created revised cover art for the rest of the series, with some books having multiple covers by him. Stay tuned for more about this prolific artist in part 3.
Welcome back to Nancy Drew University and part 3 of Nancy Drew Illustrators. Make sure to go back and check out parts 1 and 2 and our other videos for more Nancy Drew history. Rudy Nappy, who was the third artist to illustrate the original Nancy Drew novels, married his wife Peggy in 1951. Peggy loved Nancy Drew and would typically read each book and summarize it for her husband before he began working on the cover art. They had 2 daughters, both of whom regularly posed as Nancy. It was Nappy who decided to add a hint of Titian to Nancy's hair, a choice that received positive feedback from fans that would turn out to stick for pretty much the rest of the series.
After the original 56, the mystery stories and the series that followed it have all had multiple artists, each giving Nancy an update in terms of fashion and hairstyle choices. To learn more, listen to episode 80 of our podcast on the history of Nancy Drew Illustrators, available at the link in bio. Follow along for more Nancy Drew history and let us know who your favorite illustrator is in the comments.